turn up. I'm breaking in. I'm at the pearly gates, but they won't let it in. I told the devil, I said, I ain't trying to sin, yeah. No, I ain't trying to sin, yeah. Pray to the Lord, Daddy, let me in. I'm breaking in.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. This week's matchup features two teams who both walked away with a notch in the loss column last week. It's the Lions going up against the Broncos. With that, let's welcome in our fine broadcast team. Here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, we are a couple miles west of the Colorado State Capitol building as we come to you from Sports Authority Field at Mile High here in downtown Denver. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Detroit Lions and the Denver Broncos. And hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at this Bronco team. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
Meanwhile, for the Lions here, we're in November now, so this is where you really need to settle in, start getting down to business.
And in baseball, they talk about the dog days of August. November, these are the dog days of football, trying to get in position for the big push.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
And the kick goes outside the white lines. That's why the flag comes out.
Yes, and that was an error by the kicker, and it will give the offense great starting field position.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got to jump here.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense.
So you heard the word. This is a neutral zone infraction.
Yeah, the defender wanted to try and get back after he had jumped, unable to do so.
Watch tight, watch tight. Tight here right, tight here right. 4 down, check. 4 down.
Throwing his Bortles. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. He lost 2 there. And it's 3rd down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility?
Throwing his Bortles on 3rd down. Surveying the field. And Thomas has it. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet. Get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by the man running the show, Charles, their quarterback. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That throw good for 4. It's second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. Two yards to go here on 3rd down. Now a handoff here to his running back. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
And, partner, when you run the ball on 3rd and 2, you're telling the whole world you've got nothing but confidence in your offensive line and your runner, and you expect to get it. But they were stuffed on that play, only got 1 yard. Great job by the defensive front, the linebackers, everyone got involved to force a 4th down.
Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down is Bortles. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
On 2nd down, here's Bortles. Over the middle, it's Thomas. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do. And it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen, but everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. So the offense now dealing with a 2nd and 7.
We got 3, fellas, we got 3.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Call it a pickup of 7, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Now T.J. Yeldon, and he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling. So the offense has it 1st and 10.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
Catch here, left side, Thomas. Give them 18 on that one. And it'll give the Broncos a first down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Flag 58 round. Flag 58 round.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And now a peek at the starters on the defensive side. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. They come up in an offset eye. And they give this time to the tailback. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
A'Shawn Robinson coming out of the University of Alabama. A big, physical, intimidating force who had to learn to play with more leverage. Otherwise, he was going to get blown off the ball in the NFL. Looks like he's learning his lessons after that play. 3rd and 11, 5 in the secondary now.
Nickel look. From the gun on 3rd down, Bortles throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll bring up 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. So the drive takes them inside the 10, but it ends with just 3.
And a nice job defensively to rise up and make sure they didn't get in.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too. First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. He'll look to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
They'll come out in the pistol. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. So just a lone field goal in this first quarter of play. 3-0 is our score. Charles and I back to Denver after this. Here with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, as the Lions are in possession of the football here to begin quarter number 2. They've got a 2nd down and 8 to start things out. He'll drop to throw. And he fires one incomplete. And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw, and he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. And Denver getting set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And on 2nd and 10 now. Now Bortles throwing on 2nd down. And this is going to be caught. No, they say it's incomplete. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. And the offense looks to pick up the first here on 3rd after that incompletion. Throwing his Bortles on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Looking to go back to Thomas again. And now it's 4th down.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
And take it right on the 30. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Lions will take over. And Detroit getting set to go now. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. Willie Brown, the one to make the tackle.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. He'll look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Time running out here on the play clock. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
And they'll run it here. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. They'll run it now out of the gun. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Partner, we're into the second quarter, and I guess you can kind of look at it both ways. The offense, they've got to figure out what they're going to do. Because they haven't scored any points. But if you're the defense, you're feeling great about what you got going on. The only concern you have, if you get to the half, what adjustments will the offense make to try to defeat you?
And this will be a long field goal if the skies were clear. But here in the rain and the elements, they'll go for it on 4th. They'll look to throw here. And this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Broncos will take over on downs. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down. And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, I've seen, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, third down situation, big third down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation. Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it. And movement by one of the Broncos up front, and in comes the flag.
False start, offense.
So the defense has put them in a tough spot. It's 2nd and long. On 2nd down, here's Bortles. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And this time not quite to the 30. He'll be down at the 31-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
Bortles now on 1st down. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. And the corner blitz gets him that time as he goes down for a short loss.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
He can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
Give him 2 on that run, and they're still left looking at a 3rd and about 9 to go.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
From the gun on 3rd down, Bortles. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10 to the 7. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. And now a 1st down following that long gain.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. They'll come out in the pistol. Bortles to throw on 2nd down. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. And not a good time for the sack on 2nd and goal. A loss of 6. And now it's 3rd down.
And on 2nd and goal, they decide to throw it again. And this result is even worse. They take a sack. On 1st down, it was simply an incomplete pass. Not a good first 2 plays, beginning with 1st and goal.
On 3rd and long, it's Bortles looking for someone to throw to. And this is going to be incomplete.
Holding offense.
Now Brandon McManus for the Bronco field goal. And McManus able to put it through, and that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or 2 shorter than an extra point, so no problems converting there.
This fielded at the 2. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. So out now come the Lions. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
The completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
A gain of 6 there on 1st.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Two minutes to play here in the 1st half. Back to Denver right after this. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Larry Ridley. Larry will have highlights and analysis of this first half. I'm guessing mostly defensive highlights that we will see.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. No touchdown scored yet so far.
Yeah, none whatsoever. An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. They lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
There's another example of why they haven't scored any points so far. I think it's time to abandon the run game, spread things out, and go to the air. It certainly can't be any worse than what they've done so far.
No move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And it is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Broncos will take over. On downs. So the Broncos coming out now. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe bashed it.
Super toe.
From midfield, here's Bortles. Pass incomplete. Three yards left to grab here on 3rd down. Bortles going to try and throw on 3rd down. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here. It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete.
Here we go.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. 3rd down here for the offense after the incomplete pass.
Here we go.
He'll look to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for fourth down.
They dialed up the screen pass on third down, and for a second, it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a first down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on fourth down. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line.
Wow, that one took some guts. If this doesn't work, you're handing them incredible field position, but this head coach is undaunted, and he makes the call to go for it, and I'll be darned if they don't get the first down.
Again, we'll see the pistol here.
Here we go.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
And that one was not... away, and I think the defenders are going to be a little upset with themselves. They made the play on the football, but that one felt like a forced pass by the quarterback. Thought he had someone open. He really wasn't. Maybe an example of having too much confidence in his receiver that no matter what, I'm going to throw it to him. And that was a play made by the defense, and it could have been a bigger one.
So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. And they'll send the slot in motion left. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Looking left sideline, it's complete. 22 yards on the pickup there. And it's good enough for a Detroit first down. A big completion there, and he gets out of bounds to stop the clock.
Very heady football. That allows them the opportunity to go ahead and line up and kick one right before the half ends.
And Brenza's kick is good. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. So they're still down, but they are able to salvage 3 here heading into the lockers.
This is what you work on from the beginning of training camp. Heading into the half, put some points on the board. No matter what the score says at that point, you've accomplished what you set out to do.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, they'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So if you like field goals, this is your game. 6-3, 3 field goals at the break. As we send you on down to our studios in Orlando, where standing by is Larry Ridley with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to our EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. Both teams have played smart with the football in the first half. Each team has avoided that one big turnover to this point, and it's a reason we have a very tight game at halftime. All right, let's get it going. Let's roll those first half highlights. 3rd Third down at the 31. Blake Bortles with the completion over the middle, continuing on the drive. Defense will win the battle and get the sack. This one ends up as a loss of 6. Final moments of the first half. Broken coverage here on the pass play. And he ends up at midfield before he's stopped on the play. Lions have it later on the drive. The pass will be completed along the sideline. And it's going to end up going for a gain of 22. So that'll bring our halftime report to a close. We'll go back now to Sports Authority Field at Mile High for the start of the third quarter.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain. And the Broncos go to a nickel set on 3rd down.
Yeah, they've got an extra DB out there. Back to throw here. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Oh, he can't hang on to it. Almost intercepted. They would have loved a first pick of the game there, but at least it does get him to 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Detroit. .44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Fielded at the 20. And call that an even 50 yards on the punt with 7 on the return. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire.
And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A big play there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Broncos will extend their lead. They blitzed defensively there, but he was able to slip through that first layer, and then he was gone.
I think they won the leverage game, didn't they?
Yes.
Right? They saw the blitz coming. They got to him a little bit, but they leveraged perfectly and found not just a crease, a gigantic hole. And off he goes, and he's still going all the way to the end zone.
And it's up and good to make the score 13-3. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Let's go! Ohio! Come on, let's go! What?
The play clock's running down. They'll look to throw. And unable to connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete.
The defensive coordinator came into this game with a plan to get to the quarterback with whatever type of pressure is necessary. It's working to perfection for him today.
2nd down now after the incompletion.
Let's go! Grand 38!
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They'll look to throw again. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Oh, and you just can't do that. 15 yards on the roughing the kicker call.
Absolutely inexcusable. The kicker's in a defenseless position, and he just gets taken out.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. So this is the 2nd consecutive week as you look at the numbers that he just doesn't seem to have the same pop as we normally see him with.
Is there an injury we don't know about?
That's what I'm wondering.
Because that's a legitimate question right now. We're used to speed, power, all coming together. And what I've always loved about him is his vision. You know, last week he didn't have that as well. Always thought he was picking the wrong hole to try and run through. And his blockers, they seem to be getting him to the right place, but he picked the wrong spot. We're seeing some of that again this week. Can they snap it together? Can they get back in sync? Because normally we see them go together very, very well.
And incomplete here on 3rd down. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
And they'll let this one go right on the outskirts of the 10. They'll down it at the 11-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
To throw, it's Bortles. Looking to go back to Thomas again, and now it's second down. Second down following the incompletion.
Watch left. Let's pick it up. It's our time, guys. Our time. Let's get off the
They come out here in the eye, and they'll go on the ground. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on third and a tough 9.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Catch here, left side, Thomas. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged. Because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him. And he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
On first down, Bortles. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Bortles will try again on second down. And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 15 yards there on the catch and run. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it. 14 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Thomas, the lone receiver, left. Now they'll throw it. Bortles. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Their big tight end. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Here comes the defensive unit now for the Broncos as they get set here. They'll be hoping to come up with that same type of effort they had last time when they forced the punt that led to a touchdown.
And that type of effort just continues to carry over. Because once you get it done once,
nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Plays like this when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. Then he will bring it back to about the 11-yard line. And a great spot to start this drive from here. Bortles now on 1st down. This will be caught at about the 6. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
And the D looking like they may blitz. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Bortles to throw on 2nd down. He's got time. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
And right now I take my rudimentary kindergarten skills and draw where the tackle box would be, because that was close. I thought he was in the tackle box. He has to be very careful where he gets rid of the football from that spot.
Yeah, they say there was a receiver in the area, though.
Yeah. There's always a receiver in the area.
From the gun on 3rd down, Bortles. And too much on that one. It's out of the back of the end zone, incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
Now Brandon McManus for the Bronco field goal. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And McManus able to put it through, and that will push this lead up to 20 now. So 3 field goals for him here, and this last one helps him stretch out the lead.
And he's been solid as usual. And this is what you need to do. Make sure you get points out of every possession. And so far, they've done a nice job of that.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. We focus our attention now on the Broncos defense. Forced the fumble last time, up on the scoreboard, things going their way.
Things are rocking easy now, and they feel good about themselves, confident, taking the ball away in the last possession. they're going to try and do it again.
So let me ask you, can you be playing free and that can be good, or it can also become bad, right?
I like the way you put it. You're exactly right. It can work both ways. Sometimes you get too loose and give up big plays and not handle your responsibilities. But oftentimes when you're playing free and easy and locked in, as they are today, you see the end result.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he's got his man on the out route. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contact time.
He's going to look deep down the field. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I like the boldness, and I like that they took a shot downfield, but it was well covered. He was able to get a hand in and knock it away.
Here's Sam Martin now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This is brought in at the 21. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And after a sluggish start, he's really bounced back. The numbers bear that out.
And you're a baseball guy, partner. How many at-bats over the course of a baseball season?
Oh, boy, 4 in a game.
Yeah, about 4 in a game.
4 times 162.
350 or so, right? Sometimes it takes a while for a guy to get going. That's my point. It's not the first few carries. You don't worry about that. As they go along, get that guy lathered up, get those blocking assignments down. Those 2-yard gains turn into bigger gains as the game moves along.
Here we go now. Green 90. Green 90.
And to give this time to the tailback. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. And the offense behind the chains here a touch on 2nd and 11. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he cuts it right sideline. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Back now at the home of the champs, Sports Authority Field in Denver. It's Bronco football, and they also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Oftentimes when a guy has a game like this, he's going to take his offensive line out to dinner afterwards. But after a play like that, he may tell them, instead of getting the steaks, guys, we might have to go for the hot dogs.
Well, here we go now. An extra defensive back in there on 3rd and 10. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, and sometimes that just happens. It is the NFL. They will make some plays against you.
Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time. sometimes you get just a little over-eager defensively when you've got people backed up because the mentality is to attack, take the ball away, or at worst, just keep them backed up there for your own offense. They actually used their aggressiveness against him on that one and hit him big.
Absolutely. Had him pinned on the 2. Not anymore. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Pass interference. Defense.
So pass interference, partner with all the rule changes. It is hard to be a defender in the pass game.
Brandon, is tough in college. It's a lot harder in the NFL. You can't touch him after 5 yards downfield. You can't touch him while the ball's not in the air. You can't touch him at all until the ball is at the receiver's hands. Very difficult to be a defender in today's NFL.
And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete.
Holding. Offense.
So holding by the offense, and maybe now got to shift up what you want to do on the playbook.
Yeah, definitely. Change what you're doing in the playbook, but boy, the advantage shifts to the guys on defense, doesn't it? Longer yardage situations, they often become bolder.
From the midfield strike, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Antonio Morrison in there to get him for a loss of 5. And they went empty backfield, and because of that, nobody was there to pick up the blitz.
And you know that offenses, when they go with the empty backfield, they have different things designed on every play to try to account for things. But what people often forget, defense is audible as well. And a lot of times when they see an empty backfield, they audible right into a blitzing situation. When everything is in sync on defense, that means everyone's communicating really well. And sometimes it's nonverbal. They just know that when a receiver is in one spot, this person may have him, and he's in another spot, the next defender may have him. And they've squeezed the passing lanes down.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Detroit. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lions are able to draw a bit closer. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who is a complete guy, who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Thomas, the lone receiver, left. On 2nd down, here's Bortles. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. They come out here in the I. And he'll give it here to his running back. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line. I don't know about you, partner, but I'm rubbing my eyes after that play. Did we just see that runner not get yardage? A big-time play by the defense. It does happen occasionally, even against the best running backs who are having big days.
On 3rd and long, it's Bortles. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. So a little grabbing there, but this time it goes against the offense for holding. Again, we'll see the pistol here. Working from the gun, it's Bortles. And that is incomplete.
Holding offense.
Here's Jeff Locke now as he's on to punt for Denver. Taken in at the 22. A good return there, 17 yards. And possession will switch. Hands 1st and 10. So here come the Lions now. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, we gave up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. 1st down and 10 now for the offensive group. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and it forced an incompletion.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He sets to fire deep. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Detroit. Their big-bodied receiver. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Lions have got it back to a 1-score game. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. And that's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long,
Backyard.
man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
And as we see so frequently here in Colorado, that one over the end line, so it'll come out to the 25. And now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
But it was stopped on that play. We had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a hunting down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
And the offense here just looking to stay in bounds, complete the short passes, and put this game on ice. They come out here in the eye. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get this down. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. And they still need 8 yards for the first here on second down. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's going to be met at about... And we're going to get another timeout called by the Lions. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And a short gain down to about the 33. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
Delay of game, offense. Still second down.
Double tight, double tight. 4 down. Check.
The win for the Broncos seemingly assured. They go down to a knee. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Bortles with a knee to the ground, and that should do it. Here's Jeff Locke now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today.
Come on, baby, get on your feet.
Well, Charles.